Virtual reality has come a long way in the last 30 years, giving rise to not only your home systems with, say, your PlayStation or your Quest, but also VR bars and arenas. And Kansas City is no stranger to this. So this week, we're going to be checking out the best ones around Kansas City. I'm Jeffrey, and you're watching Destination Debrief.
Oh God! Oh God! I'm freaking happy!
Up first is Flipswitch VR, which actually opened in Kansas City back in 2018. It was the first arena-style virtual reality experience in all of Kansas City, and we're about to check it out, so let's go. Using Vive Focus 3s for gear, Flipswitch VR allows up to 4 players to play in one arena at a time. And while the pricing has changed since the time of filming, you're sure to have a blast with their current lineup and new games coming fall of 2024. Don't believe me? Check this out. Hey, but this fits. Awesome. Computer, run program. Whoa, there's someone right here. Whoa, no. All right, now I'm curious how many people start running from these things and run into the wall. I think what I'm learning is everyone dies at some point. Oh, hey! Maybe not. Alright, now this part's interesting. Going down an elevator. Alright, I think I'm starting to figure out why people play these games and then start, like, getting scared like they're gonna fall over. Because even though I know the floor is right there, it doesn't feel like it. Oh wow, you guys actually blow wind when I'm walking under this thing? Or is that just a coincidence? Ah! Wow, less than 50% accuracy though.
Hey, that's still pretty good. You got people who are rolling in the 20s, so... Oh, Jesus, I didn't even... Dude, didn't know you were there.
All right, that was awesome. I came here as soon as they opened on a Friday at 10 a.m. So I had the entire place to myself, and they were so nice to me, letting me not only learn about the facility, but also try out these games. They were very gracious to me, so I want to thank them and everyone here at Flipswitch VR. But that was awesome, and I can't wait to come back. But we got 2 more to go. Let's go. Sandbox VR has several locations across the country, including this one in Leawood, Kansas. And I am very excited about the immersive gear that is part of the experience. From a haptic vest to a sword or gun controller with kickback, they allow you to customize the gameplay and really feel like you're living through the game. It's not easy to get that on with these little bubbles in the way. I'm guessing they're also playing the zombie game.
Don't worry, there's just children dying in the other room.
I can see you. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the floating guns. Oh, you can see down the sight. That's cool.
We got you.
My head. Oh God! Oh God! I'm back! I'm back in my happy.
Oh God!
Vultures! Heads up! Oh shit!
What the damn hell?
All right, team, time to party.
Show us your moves, yo! There it is!
Nice moves.
Looking at you dancing.
When's season 2 coming?
Testers, welcome to the virtuals competition. The games will now begin. Red light, green light.
She got me mid-step and I couldn't stop moving.
Red light!
You pushed me.
Oh, that's unsettling.
I fell again.
Come on, Piggy.
Umbrella will fall.
No, it's just that. Oh god. No, come on. No. Sorry. It's going.
I asked which one, you didn't tell me!
Catch and match.
What the hell? What the hell?
Whoa, God, I didn't see that one coming.
Whoa! Whoa!
Ah, you got me.
Congratulations, you are the winner. Testers, dance to complete program.
I have to dance. I'm dancing. I'm not a monkey.
Dancing satisfactory.
So there's some distinct differences clearly between Sandbox VR and Flipswitch VR, and there's pluses and minuses to both. So we're gonna get to those here in a minute to see which one I like better, but we still have one more to go. I'm downtown near the city market, heading to my final VR establishment, and that is KC Doubletap. Now there is a slight difference here in the sense that they are not free roam, but this one actually has a bar and food options. And while I did have a couple drinks, I didn't sample any of the food because this episode is all about virtual reality games. So let's get to it. I do it.
You got a chainsaw over here.
Do it. Do it.
I got 3 of them.
Are you liking your choice or do you prefer a gun?
I guess would be better, but look at this big dude.
And after getting some mandatory celebrations out of the way,
Are you teabagging?
we also killed some orcs with bow and arrow and played a game that was probably familiar to anyone that knows Beat Saber. And then we finished off with another shooter. So let's break each of these down. I'm not going to talk about them in any specific order. I just kind of randomly chose which one I'd talk about first. And that's going to be Sandbox VR. Now, Sandbox VR is the only one of these that is not specifically local to Kansas City. They have a location in the greater Kansas City area out in Leawood, but this is actually a national chain. And I would be willing to bet a lot of you have probably heard of Sandbox VR because I've personally seen a ton of advertisements for them. And to be honest, Sandbox VR seems more about flash than substance. They have all these cool videos about how your experience is going to be, and you get there and they have these haptic vests that you can, feel when something's hitting you, and they have these really cool gun controllers to where when you're playing like a zombie shooter, you can actually shoot the gun and feel the kickback of it as you're playing, right? Well, I'll admit,
The gun part's pretty cool. And none of the other locations I went to actually used those with your experience. But for the haptic vest, I never once felt it go off. I'm not saying it didn't go off and didn't vibrate or do whatever it did when a zombie bit me. I'm saying that when you're in the game, at least for me, I never noticed it. So it almost seemed like pointless. And for a free roam VR experience, you spend the vast majority of your time in one little area. And I don't mean the actual physical space you're in. I mean in the game space, you never actually leave that area.
That wasn't the case at Flipswitch, where they used a variety of elevators, moving walkways, and at one point the back of a truck to keep your surroundings changing at all times.
You'll see how they kind of conquered that and still made it feel like you're constantly moving around versus being stuck in this 20 foot by 20 foot square and the scenery around you never changing. I get some of this is probably nitpicky, but let's get to the stuff that I'm not going to say is nitpicky. Even though Sandbox VR has you put like these tracking dots on your wrists and legs, it lost track of us constantly.
Keeps losing my tracking and my whole screen shows this warning. It lost me again. It keeps losing my tracking. Lost me again.
out.
It keeps losing me.
Time out. What's going on? It says it's lost tracking.
And one of the times, it took the entire room and just rushed it real far forward past me, and I had to pause and prevent myself from falling over because the whole room just moved on me.
What the heck? The whole room moved on me.
Glitches like that I would excuse if it happened once, maybe twice, but it happened a lot. And for the most expensive place we went to with the most advertising and being nationwide, it really boils down to they have a cool gun controller you get to have, and they have flashy stuff that they're advertising to you all the time as to why it's so great. If it was our only option, yeah, I'd go again. But we have 2 other options in Kansas City, so let's break those down. Now I'm going to start with Flipswitch VR. I honestly don't really have anything to complain about when it comes to, their experience yet. Now what I mean by yet is in isolation, I've got nothing to say. But when comparing one element of Doubletap, that's what makes me kind of say, they could learn from this too. So let me start with the fact that Doubletap is completely different from the other two in the sense that they are free roam. You have your headgear on and you can walk around this room in the environment. Whereas Doubletap currently, you have a square space you have to stay in, and it's I don't know, maybe 4 feet by 4 feet or so. And you have your headset on and it's hardwired in. So you cannot free roam the area. You have to stay exactly where you're at. And they did find a unique way in one of the games to make it feel like you're still exploring a world, even though you have to stay put. And that was you kind of pull the controller back and it shows this little, almost like if you were throwing a beanbag and how it arcs out and lands. It has this little arrow point way out to where you're going to be, and you just kind of hit the button and you flash forward to there. So you're still kind of moving around this world while in the real world you're stationary. So that was one way they're kind of getting beyond the fact that they're not free roam. I did talk to the owner and they're actually planning on adding some free roam areas, VR experiences in addition to what they have right now. So I will look forward to trying that in the future. But the one thing that Doubletap has over Flipswitch, Doubletap actually allows you, if you're in the middle of playing a game and you're like, I don't really like this very much, you can switch games right in the middle of gameplay and just choose to play something else. It was really nice having that capability to just switch games on the fly, as opposed to being like, well, I chose this game and I'm not liking it, but I have no choice. This is the game I'm playing.
Just a quick side note as I'm editing, I actually loved both the games that I played at Flipswitch VR, so I never had the need to switch games. But just in comparison, if maybe somebody didn't like it, that's why I make this point.
For those reasons, Flipswitch VR and Doubletap are absolutely the winners here. I can't really pick one because I don't really have a complaint on either of them unless you're comparing the two together. That being that at Flipswitch, they have free roam, and I do prefer the free roam, being able to walk around the room in the virtual reality environment versus having to stay stationary. So that right there has an element that Flipswitch is winning. However, Doubletap has a much wider variety of games right now and allows you to just flip games on the fly, but they don't have free roam. So when they add free roam VR, if it still has the element of being able to say, hey, I'm not caring for this game. I'm going to flip to another game in the middle of it and then continue your free roam session with a new game. That would give them a leg up over Flipswitch. And when Flipswitch adds their new games in the fall, if they also incorporate the ability to switch games on the fly, they'll still be the two best ones in town. Especially if either of them add those cool little haptic guns. So if you're looking to experience virtual reality, make sure to check out Flipswitch and Doubletap in Kansas City. And if you've already been to Sandbox VR, let me know in the comments if you agree with any of the points I've made. Catch you next time.
That's gonna be excellent footage of me, because literally half the time I closed my eyes and just pointed my gun in the direction of stuff.
Oh, you're not even like facing it?
No, because they were up in my face and I didn't like it.
Up first is Flipswitch VR, and there's a truck going right by, so I'm gonna wait a second. I'm here stepping around this pole like it's really there.
Point click. Oh God, she scared the hell out of me. You're right in front of me.
Take a half step back, you're about to hit the table. Take a step back, you're about to hit the table.
What?
I thought that
Could you see me do it?
Yeah.
Before we get into the rest of our bloopers, I actually want to introduce a couple of these. The dancing in Sandbox VR was funny when you have the music and you're in the environment. But have you ever wondered what it looks like when you're from the outside and not in the VR world?
I'm looking at you dancing.
And we're going to end with Becca freaking out from zombies attacking her.
I'm watching the back, you watch the front.
Oh, God.
Oh God. I close my eyes and shoot the whole time.
Die!